Hey guys, Ross here from Consolidator. And you know what? Appointments suck. No one actually likes appointments. For instance, it sounds great to say, yeah, I've got 3 appointments tomorrow. But what happens like an hour from it when your day is going and you got things going, you're like, oh God, I got to get on this appointment. I got to do this appointment. Even though they represent making money, for some reason, after years and years in business, appointments just start getting this negative connotation to them. And then there's the no shows. Like there's nothing worse than having like your whole day planned around some appointments and then you get on them and no one shows up. It's so aggravating. And did you know that this is what your clients are experiencing if you're setting appointments for them? Statistics show that only about 60% of appointments show up. So if you were to say, yeah, but they're still making money, that's true. But guess what? Your clients value their time more than they value their money. I know that that sounds crazy, but most people do. And so that's why your agency goes through this circle of churning and churning clients, and you're getting them results, you're getting them appointments. So, what's the answer? The answer is you have to disconnect the association between you and appointments. Because when something negative happens with an appointment, they want to blame you. What you have to do is be associated with qualified phone calls. That's what does it for you. For instance, I used to sell to personal injury attorneys, and I used to say, listen, because they'd always go, yeah, but what if these are not good leads? I'd say, listen, if I put you, because we did live transfers, on the phone with someone who was not at fault, within the statute of limitations, was injured, wants compensation, has a police report, all of these criteria, everything that would qualify them. If I put you on the phone with that person and you still can't close them, I don't think that it would have worked anyways. And they had to agree because that's just the reality. It's like if I can put you on with someone qualified. So, how do you do this without having a massive call center? Because I got burnt out. Having a call center of all these callers following up on your leads, transferring them, dealing up with churn, people not showing up for their job. There's a typhoon all of a sudden in the Philippines, and half your employees don't have internet anymore. Like it's a pain in the butt. What's the next best thing? Well, it's actually not even the next best thing. It's even better than that. And that is AI live transfers. And I want to walk you through how this works. So I own a cell phone repair shop. Last night, somebody was interested in getting their Xbox Series X HDMI port repaired. My bot responded to them via text and it said, hey, when would be a good time for our tech to call you tomorrow? And they said, whatever. It was like 11 a.m. Okay, great. We will reach out to you then. About 5 minutes before 11 a.m. today, they got a text message that said, hey, Ross here from Cayman Repair. Just wanted to let you know we'll be calling you in a couple minutes. Okay, great. Just so you know, when my system calls you, asks you a few questions before it patches you through to me. Okay, no problem. Bot calls them, goes through all the information with them. And he even answered a question wrong and kind of messed up to where the bot had to like re-say itself. But because he knew the system was calling him, he didn't even care. Got through it all, was perfect. Live transferred to us right out of the gate. And so my reason behind saying this is your customer is just picking up qualified calls. Now, I was going through the logs and I noticed shortly after him, someone else reached out to our company. The bot got on the phone call with them and realized it was a TV repair. And the bot said, sorry, we don't do TVs. We do cell phones, blah, blah. And it politely ended the call with them. Can you imagine if one of my employees who I'm paying, $16 plus per hour has to stop what they're doing on a repair to go pick up the phone. They talk to the person, they have to explain that they don't do it. Then the person wants to spend 3 to 5 minutes asking, well, where do you think I could get it done? And telling them their life story. And then they get back and now it takes them 10 to 15 minutes to get their brain right back in the gears to where they were. I'm losing money then with my employees' time. It cost me less than 7 cents to have that phone call not answered. It would have costed me $5 to $10 if he would have answered the phone. That is where the market needs to go. So you see, what's nice is you say, yeah, well, what about after hours? It doesn't matter. The bot schedules an appointment for the bot to call and live transfer them. So this does bring up a few questions. Some people might say this doesn't work for my niche because My niche, for instance, I talked to a guy today and he said, we're contractors. And the problem with contractors is if it's a one-man show and he's working on a job, he can't answer a live transfer. That's true. And that means you might have to do one of two things. You might have to do appointments or estimates and just say, hey, listen, get used to no-shows, but do it on the phone. Have the no-show happen on the phone, don't schedule the appointment for them to go to their house. Schedule the appointment for, say, hey, you might get a live transfer tomorrow at 3:00. Oh, okay. And then if that person doesn't call, it didn't really interrupt his day. If you say, hey, you have an appointment to go to this person's house and do an estimate at 3:00 and they get there and no one's there, they're pissed. So you can schedule the live transfer to his call and just let him know. That's ideally what you're going to have to do. But it also brings up this. If you're just getting started and you don't have a niche yet, maybe start thinking about a niche that has standard business hours where there's a front desk or an office or someone that can always answer the phone during those business hours. That's really going to help you with as you grow this and making this work within your model. Now, if you're a pretty tech savvy person and you're good at figuring out all the ins and outs and notifications and messages and sequences and how this should all work, go out there and build it in your GHL and you'll love it. However, if you're like, boy, I wish someone would just set all that up for me, I did, and I built a whole snapshot out of it. And if you want access to that snapshot, I'll put a link down in the description so that way you can purchase it. Then you'll get access to my school. It's got a training series on how to implement it, and it also has the downloadable GHL snapshot. So anyways, guys, I hope you like this. If you did, do me a favor, give me some thoughts on your comments down below. I want to know what niche you're in and if you think this would work for them, because I've not been able to find a niche that it fully won't work in without some tweaks and alterations, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Anyways, I'm coming to you from, it's actually starting to rain, from a campground in northern Wisconsin. Family and I have been out we got here on Sunday, and we're staying until next Tuesday. So we'll be here for a little while. But if you have any questions, let us know. Love you guys. See ya.